Hello traders, welcome to the ForexBot Trading Academy. Today yet another analysis, this time on one of the major currency pairs, which is Australian versus United States dollar. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, you can do so now, not to miss any future analysis on currency pairs that are coming daily. And before we get started, I would like to remind you that all the information in this video is for educational purpose only, should not be considered as the financial advice. And Australian dollar clearly is very bearish, and what is very important is this level rejection of this level here. Previously it was resistance, support, 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 now resistance, very clean rejection. Today we see, well, not today, it was yesterday, a clean rejection, or today, yes, it was early today, and here we had this another pullback towards this resistance, and this seems to be like, could be a very good selling opportunity for the bears. Definitely very interesting price, although we might be seeing the price moving towards the moving average to retest it before it goes down. But at this point, as long as we have 1 hour closing price remaining below this level, which is 7097, this will remain a bearish trend. So spikes above are possible. We can be retesting this high, although I don't think it's likely, but possible. So the rejection clean of the previous supply demand zone. Now I have 2 fips here, which shows me what could be happening, how far the price could be going. So first I have used this fips applied to this correction wave up. This level is important because previously it was the resistance as well. So I've used this level to apply fips. And what we have here is 2 levels, 627.2 fips and 961.8 fips. Now 627.2 clean bounce, very clean bounce, extremely precise, very good price action for the selling opportunity, and this means that the selling pressure could be increasing, and this could be a fast wave to the downside, could be a final one, who knows, but still looks quite bearish Australian versus dollar. I think what happening is that this is the final dollar weakness wave that we might see, and this also can be reflected on the silver and gold, which we will go through very soon. But this is not maybe Australian dollar, who knows, maybe both, maybe Australian dollar weakness and the dollar strength as well. So here, this wave to the downside, it's also confirmed by the 23.6 fips. I have used fips applied to the last wave to the downside. Many times, guys, I've mentioned that the last wave is important and in multiple occasions plays a key role in further price development and can be used to spot support and resistances. So here we have this target at 7024, but what I think is that the price could be heading towards 700 even, which is psychological level, so maybe even producing the double bottom here. But all in all, this is the support that I do believe will be tested as long as this resistance is holds. Now if we see the hourly candle, and probably 4-hour candle is better to see, closing above this resistance, this forecast will be invalidated and most likely Australian dollar will start rising. But still, it looks bearish and we will continue on the following that. Let's move on now to previously made analysis, and I will start probably with gold and silver because of the strength of the dollar that I do expect. Now let's move to the gold and let's have a look what is the price action. So while I do expect the dollar strength, it could be that the gold will be producing this sort of move. So once again, kicking out stop losses, which are placed most likely below this level, and only then moving up. So for gold, I still think the possibility for the uptrend is valid, although I think this correction could take place now. Obviously, we will see how far it will go, but it will be important that this support level will get rejected for the uptrend to continue. At this point, as long as this high holds, which is being printed today, the gold will correct down. But if we see this breakout to the upside above the moving average and above this resistance currently printed here, you can see a double top. on the lower time frames. So we need to break to the upside to continue this uptrend. If there will be a breakout, definitely it will be heading towards the resistance. But at this point, it looks like we will see yet another downside wave, and this could be this perfect opportunity for the gold. On the silver, now here I do believe there is a similar scenario, although it will not probably correct that much. Silver could be correcting less, maybe something like that to produce a double bottom and only then moving to the upside. This is the scenario that I do expect at this point for the silver. Still not the best price to enter, and yeah, this correction along with the gold could be very interesting in terms of the long-term buying opportunity. So still a little bit bearish, but the long term it's very bullish for the silver. I mean, if buyers are looking for the best ideal price, they are still waiting, although investors I think already are in. It's just pure speculation now for these commodities. Okay, moving to what we have, euro versus New Zealand dollar. Support rejected. I do believe this trend started and will continue. Euro, in my view, is extremely strong and will continue to be so in the coming weeks, not days. This is medium to long-term view on the euro pairs, and most of them do extremely bullish. So euro New Zealand, definitely a valid analysis. Euro Canadian, same story. I think it will actually move towards the resistance that I previously mentioned, which is quite high. Still to go, it's like 400 pips to go on this one. So yeah, of course it's a valid analysis, but only as long as this low holds. Break and close below this low, this will be a long-term bearish outlook for the euro. Besides, I do think that US oil is about to initiate a strong move to the downside. This will give fuel for the Canadian dollar weakness as well. And along with the euro strength, this could be skyrocketing. This could be one of the best performing currency pairs in the coming days and weeks. Euro dollar, same, it's a valid analysis. Although with the considering the strength of the dollar, this could be yet another corrective move to the downside. Although while the euro is strong and the dollar is strong, this could be just a consolidation in my view. Not major move to the downside. Moving on to the euro Swiss franc, I would be looking for the weekly to completely invalidate this. For now, as long as the weekly close stays above the red line, which is 1.0711, this is a valid analysis. I will still expect move to the upside. So weekly closing price, today closing price will be very important. We need to stay above, and if that's the case, euro will be extremely bullish. Moving on to the euro versus Australian dollar, very bullish as well, very close to the resistance, although it can be broken, can be going higher, but at least one of these resistance levels should be tested, maybe today, maybe early next week. But the trend for the euro is very bullish, and it could be that the Australian dollar is weak. We just had the Australian versus dollar analysis to the downside. This means that this pair could be moving up quite nicely today. Canadian Swiss franc, well, here is all about the weakness of the Canadian dollar, which is likely to continue along with the US oil weakness. So here, yeah, I do think there will be this strong move to the downside. Still do believe, but for now, I'm just closing this chart because it was invalidated, as you know, but I do think it will be going down. I will try to make a new analysis to see what are the downside support levels, and we will get back to it. So closing, and now pound Canadian dollar, still support holding, and Canadian dollar weakness should be pushing this price up. I think this has been the bottom. As long as this support holds here, as long as price, you can see here was the support as well, clean rejection today, and as long as this holds, I think it's an uptrend. So we'll just mark it like that. Still believe it's a very interesting opportunity for the pound, and pound is also starting to look very, very strong. I think next week we will have multiple analysis on the pound, because I do like the price action, and it could be performing better than the Australian dollar. Pound Australian dollar, here also everything is valid, and especially pound expected to be strong. Well, maybe not right away, but still. And Australian dollar weakness could push this price up quite nicely, quite fast. So here I do believe this will be a fast move to the upside, potentially like that. We can see that previous resistance, support, rejected. There was no breakup below this support. So valid analysis for the upside move on the pound versus Australian. Ethereum versus dollar. Well, we are at this support and it will be now very important to hold it. And we can see that the second scenario is in place. I'm expecting this support to be rejected and only then price will continue moving up. So here is a very, very interesting price for buyers. Euro Japanese yen. Well, we can see that price starting to move up, and I do think this one of the resistance will be tested. Maybe we'll go second or even third, but for now very bullish also on the Euro Japanese yen, and this level now plays the support role, and we might be retesting this support and only then moving up. But it's I also think it's a very bullish for the Euro Japanese yen along with the most of the euro pairs. And we're left with the Australian Canadian dollar. So here, guys, as long as this support holds, it's bullish. So euro weakness could push price down to produce the double bottom here. I don't think it will go up immediately, but we might be seeing double bottom and then move to the upside towards the one of the resistance or something like that. For now, it doesn't look extremely bullish. Still, we will see who is stronger, whether it's Australian dollar or Canadian dollar. I mean, who is weaker, because both of these currencies are weak in relation to other major. So this could be a consolidation. It could take time for the Australian Canadian to start moving to the upside. So for now, the most important will be to watch this support, which I think there is a possibility that price will spike to the downside. And I think what will be the most important is to watch Australian dollar versus dollar. As soon as we hit this support, for example, on Australian dollar, and as soon as we hit the resistance on the Euro Australian dollar and on the pound Australian dollar, this pair should start rising. So for now, I would stay neutral on the Australian Canadian dollar and watch other analysis that we had in relation to the Australian dollar and only then take action. So for now, it's a range trading, even can go lower, and we will watch what will be happening throughout today and early next week. So we're done with the review of all the analysis that we had. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so, so you don't miss any future updates or analysis that are coming up daily. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. I wish you a great weekend and we'll speak to you back on Monday. Take care, guys. I wish you profits.